on people. Okay, sorry. Had to go turn the other TV down because I'm one of those dog moms that, you know, I leave things on for the dog. And she's in there. Since she can't see, I'll let her hear stuff to think that somebody might be home. That weird or what? But it's the way it is. Alrighty. Let's see. Bible journaling in faith. Let's do new post. And there it is. Let's make that bigger so maybe I can see comments. Cool. Okay. All right. So here we are. Sorry about the delay. I needed to put it off a little bit because it is springtime and it is spring ball. And I have 3 playing spring ball right now. I would have 4, but since one had a broken leg at the beginning of the season, he didn't get to play t-ball this year. So, between the rainouts, whatever, and practices and all that, I'm at the ball fields a lot. So, that's why a 30-minute delay tonight. So, tonight I'm doing Matthew 5:16. And I'm doing the Colorful Calling printables. I don't remember what I wrote on there. I don't remember if it was let his light shine his, something like that. It's in April. Anyway, so, hey Talisha. So I just want to start us off with a little prayer, and then we'll jump right in. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you so much for allowing me the time and the resources to jump on here and to be able to share with all of these wonderful ladies. I enjoy it, and I hope that something that I say, I don't even know the words, something that I say that someone hears and feels in their heart, and that your words through me and through doing this will speak to someone. And someone will know that they are loved, they are felt, and we're all there for them. So let's get this party started in Jesus' name. Amen. That was a little weird one, wasn't it? Hey, Pancake. Hey, Mary Lee. Okay, so like I said, I am doing Matthew 5:16, and my NIV says, the way the verse reads in the NIV, it says, in the same way, let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven. And if anybody's known me for a while, and I've actually, you know, we've talked or sat around or whatever, that's one thing that I've always wanted. That's one thing I've always wanted, was to be able to walk into a room or be able to go somewhere and someone to, you know, glance across the room, so to speak, and look over and see me, and it kind of stops them. And they say, I don't know what she has, but I want some of that. I've always wanted that in my life. That's just something I've always felt like that would be an amazing thing to happen, if that kind of makes sense. So what exactly does that mean? You know, our faith is a private thing for a lot of people, but this kind of says that it shouldn't be. You know, we should be celebrating that faith and acting it out to dispel that darkness. Because if we're letting our light shine, then there's no darkness around us, and those people are wanting to know what is going on there. Why is that? That's kind of what it means to me. When we have that faith and we let our light shine, it encourages other people to either come up to you and say, you know, and I don't mean this to sound as bad as if they're brave enough, or if they, you know, if they'll come up to you and say, you know, what are you doing? Because I want some of whatever you've got. So we want to shine it out there like that. And you know, the whole, whenever you say, I want people to come up to me because I want them to see that light shining in me, I'm not saying that it's a, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not a thing about me. It's more about look at what God is doing. I'm trying to honor God by, not me personally, by spreading that light. When we follow Jesus, if we have that light, it's a beacon. People will come, and that's what we want to do. So how do you do that? You live boldly for Christ. And some of the things that we can do to do that, in everyday life, you do things like charity. You're kind to people. You show compassion. You do things with integrity. Hey, Rebecca. So those are the kind of things that we can do to live openly and manifest, I guess, those good works to shine that light out there and to honor God. Because the more people see that kind of thing, God's love and us living like that and us not ashamed of that. And yeah, you may have some people that will say something, but that's on them. That's not on you. So you go shine bright, baby. Like I said, I just always wanted to be that person that when someone walks into a room, they just, as people do, look around and it's like, whatever she's got, I want some of it. And I was going to, I got, actually, because I've been into kind of trying to find poems with what I'm doing. So I found 2 poems that I was going to read real quick. But the first one says, and I don't know who wrote this first one, but it says, be a light for Jesus. It says, be a light for Jesus, doing unto others as he would do for us, his sister and his brothers. Shine forth your light onto those who are in need. Remind them that God's in control and will help them to succeed. So be a light for Jesus now and through all of your days, that man may see your light within and God's glory they will praise. How cool is that, huh? Pretty cool. And the other one was by Teresa Hawes, and it says, let your light shine. And it says, as the sun rises, Lord, let your light shine on me. Destroy the darkness about me. Scatter the darkness before me. Disperse the darkness behind me. And dispel the darkness within me. As the sun rises, Lord, let your light shine on me. The warmth of your presence, the brightness of your love, the radiance of your joy, and the shining of your hope. As the sun rises, Lord, let your light shine on me. Your light to guide, your light to lead, your light to direct, your light to brighten. Let your light shine on me. I thought those were pretty cool. So I just, like I said, I've just kind of gotten into those kind of lately. And so I thought they were kind of cool. The last couple, I found a poem that kind of goes with it. And I've been doing like a tip-in over my page when I'm done with it. Hi, Miss Karen. Rebecca, you did the page tonight. What page? This one already? Girlfriend, you are way ahead of the game. I'm going to try something really off the wall. I don't know if it's going to work or not, but something really weird I'm going to try with mine. So, with that being said, since we're going to go, shine your light. Ooh, it's kind of a pretty color. This, I'm doing a gilding polish for, I've already got my verse taped off. And this is called Bright Sunshine Gilding Polish. So, I am going to try this color just because, like I said, I'm doing sunshine. So, I don't know how totally bright it will be. And I don't use, as you can see, I don't use the sponge for my gilding polish. I know most people do. I don't. I just would rather paint it on because I feel like I have maybe a little bit more control sometimes. Get my paintbrush wet and just do it that way. And some of these just need a little stirring up or something. So, let's see here. Oh, almost messed up there. Let's get this. One thing I have found about starting a new Bible for the new year is you can do it like this. It's not so puffed up just yet that it won't fold and you have difficulty doing a new page on it. Well, that's going to be a little bright, but hey, I said I wanted to be bright. Did I not, my friends? So, this is what we're going to do. Anybody else journaling tonight? I wasn't sure if anybody would be since, like I said, I had to do the late thing because of ball games. And then I've got 2 games again tomorrow night. What is tomorrow? Thursday, too. So we had practice tonight, a game last night. We've got a game tomorrow night for junior high. And then Friday night, we have 2 games for BYA. And then Saturday, we have a game for BYA. So, and then my granddaughter is jumping into, she's doing spring softball. And then I think June, they sign up for volleyball. And July, they sign up for cheer. So she'll be doing those 2 things. And then the boys will do summer ball, and then, of course, football season starts and all that. So we do stay busy around here. Between that and all of our animals, we do a lot. Yeah, I agree with you, Talisha. Oh, well, that's cool, Talisha. Yeah, I want to try to get everything done. Matter of fact, I printed up. I finally got to it today. I printed up Amber pancakes. Jesus is the big deal pages. And I'm not a shaker person, but that one was so stinking cute, so I've got to do it. So I did print that up today before I had to leave for the ball field. And I thought, you know what, I'll sit here and do that one later tonight. That didn't turn out too bad. I can still see through it. And it's a bright yellow. And what I did is I made and I think I even put it in the post. I wanted to put a sunshine on here. Excuse me. But I'm not good at painting things. So I just went on and got a clip art and painted one. So y'all hang on for a sec. I think my dryer's going out. I don't know if it's just, it seems like it used to be louder than this. Maybe not. So, and I haven't decided, there's like I said, I was going to do, the embossing powder, and make my own, shine bright, but I kind of went with the words and to make a title out of it, off the printables, and one of the little girls that was on there. So I did that instead. Let's see if I can get that off of there without tearing anything. I did add, Becky, I did add to my Amazon list some, what do you call those things that you use? The stickles or whatever, so I can dot around my verse. So it is kind of a pretty yellow, isn't it, Donetta? It's different. But it did say sunshine yellow, so that's what we wanted. So, okay, y'all ready for my my little sunshine, or my little sun? And this is not going to take, this is not a real long one today, but how cute is she? She's cute. I wanted something fun because the printables that I picked, it doesn't exactly match my sun, but that's okay because the sun's going to shine brighter. So that's what I did, I just cut out these reflect his light and you were made to shine. And then this little girl right here. But what I'm going to do is, this is the weird part that I'm going to try, is I cut a strip because, again, I know I'm repeating myself, but because I want to be that one that, jumps out and says, whoo, I'm here for Jesus. I'm here for Jesus. Y'all need some of what I got kind of person. I wanted my girl to jump out. So what I'm going to try to do is one of those, because I don't know how else you would do it, so I'm just winging this. I thought about it at the ballpark tonight. Make like a spring to make her spring up off the page. So I just cut a little strip of cardstock, and you see, that's good there. I'm just going to kind of fold it, like a back and a forth kind of thing, like this. I'm trying to make it so maybe it'll be springy and bounce back and forth. So I'm kind of going zigzaggy. I don't know. Like I said, I'm winging this. So If y'all know a better way, y'all go for it, because flying by the seat of my pants here. Lindy Lou, you should be in there watching TV. That's my little blind pug coming in. If you hear snorting and stuff. That's just her. Okay. I guess we'll find out if this is going to work or not. Okay. So, there's that. We're going to put that over there. All right, let me glue this beauty down. All right, had to refill my glue thing today. Had to clean it all out because, ooh, it was bad. Even though I keep the little nail in there. Yeah, not nail, but, you know, the dangle thingy. Whatever that thing that pokes down in there is called. So, we're going to glue our little... And I was trying to think earlier when I was... Because I got home just a few minutes earlier than I thought I would. So, I was trying to think, do I want to put anything else on my background? I mean, as far as... I don't want to cover up my verse. So, let's move over here as much as we can. Oh, I just got glue everywhere. But that's about what I do. Where's the piece of paper? That way I don't get it all over me and don't smear it everywhere. And then I'll just cut those edges off later. Or maybe now since I got glue all over them. Okay, so there's our little sunshine. So pretty, so pretty. These are from the Colorful Calling printable. Yes, ma'am, Talisha, they are. This I just got free clip art. But the other ones, yes, they are. That kind of like I said, I was going to do the title, Shine Bright, because that's kind of what, you know, I put down for my title for this live. And I like reflect his light. It kind of, it's more godly, maybe. You know, I don't know. But that's why I changed it. Well, that's not why I changed it. That's why I added these parts here. And like I said, it's not going to be, I was trying to decide, do I want, because I was thinking about maybe putting, you know, getting one of my markers and putting, oh goodness, putting, what do you call it? Crosses, you know, across the background or something like that. But I'm not sure. I'm not at the moment. And I was going to put a trim on it. And look at this trim I got at, where did I go the other, Hobby Lobby. Look at this trim. Oh, where's the end of it? How cute is that? It kind of has those colors in it. So I'm going to try it and see. Because that's what we're going to go with. So, I think I may have overfilled my glue here. So, let's see. I want to, where are my, oh, there they are, my little pop dot thingies. I want to kind of raise it. I put them on some, not reflective paper, but cardstock that's, you know, metallic, I guess it would be. So they're kind of curvy, which I guess is not necessarily a bad thing, because it just means they'll still stick up. I got to get them down to the page. Are y'all excited about the party coming up? I am. How many of y'all are going to be able to go to the retreat in September? I think that's going to be another, of course, they're all great. You know, what can you say? That's one thing about these ladies. They do, thankfully, listen to what God tells them. And they follow through. I have a piece of that. I might stop tomorrow and get me some more to use for Tandy's party. Yeah, Tandy had a really pretty party page, didn't she? Or not a party page, for her page that she did the other day for her live. Yeah. Are you going to do virtual? You know, I think there was one retreat that, and I don't remember, obviously it had to be a family emergency that came up, and I had, I didn't get to go when I was supposed to go. I think it was a Waxahachie one. First one that, like, I think Casey went to or something like that. And that's the only, I did do a virtual on that one. So, and doesn't Chelsea do those, Talisha? Does she do the virtual virtual retreats? I think her and Miss Diane did them, but I think Miss Diane's going this year. Yay, Rebecca. Yay, Rebecca. You get to come to this one. Yeah. So, yeah, it'll be kind of cool. I always love them. Come on. This is what happens when you have small fingernails. Because otherwise I would, poke my own eyes out or something if I had long fingernails. I don't see how some of those girls do them. Goodness. And I only go to Mountain View in person. Well, yeah. Mountain View is pretty awesome. I mean, if you can go there, go there. That is for sure. What was I going to say? Donetta, you're going to do virtual too? Yeah. Oh, goodness. Well, it's taking longer than I thought. I hear you, girlfriend. So, I've told y'all before, I have a 14, well, she's almost 14-year-old pug. She's losing most of her teeth. She's lost about 50% of her hearing. She is totally blind and has been for a while. But she manages to get around here. It's not a real big spot that we moved into over here. So she's all good there. But my kids have 2 French bulldogs over there. And one of them, the youngest one, I think she's 2 or 3. I call her a baby. But she started, because now we have a baby goat. So the baby goat jumps up on everything. And so the youngest bulldog has started jumping up on the picnic table out there like the goat because they play together all the time. Well, we think that she must have jumped off the table yesterday because when we got back from our game last night, and their dogs, they kennel them when they're gone. Mine, I will say, I don't want to say I kennel her. I bought a, quote, dog playpen to put her in because she was scratching at my door because she has separation anxiety. But anyway, that's beside the point. Theirs, well, I'm hoping you can, Mary. Maybe you'll win it. That would be a cool thing. But apparently she must have, the only thing we can think of is she jumped off the table at some point yesterday. And when we got back last night from ball games and they took her to go out and potty, she couldn't stand on her back legs. I mean, not any weight whatsoever. So they rushed her to the emergency clinic and they said that it looks like she dislocated a disc in her lower back, affects her back legs. So they gave her steroid shots and some kind of anti-inflammatory shots and things like that, and she's got to be straight kennel for 7 days, and gave her pain meds and all that kind of stuff, and hopefully they said that she'll get the use of her back legs back. So let's hope that happens. I was thinking, since retreat is, oh, you know what, I love Canton, Talisha. I love going to Canton. Yeah, my sister lives out there by it, and it always gives me a good excuse to go visit. Yeah, my dad is in Athens, and my sister is actually in Canton. So yeah, any excuse is good. So let me see the best way I'm going to try doing this. I could just totally mess this totally up, but we're going to try it. Oh, let's do this first. I think I want to put some of these on there. Let me see what these look like. I've got all this stuff that I didn't even know I had. Okay, these are kind of cool. Let's see if these will work. This is how you can't see them. Huh. There's one. I'm going to try putting these on here to kind of give it a little better stickiness. before I put some glue on there. You can't even see these things. Goodness gracious. I guess they're for, it says for everything. Photos maybe. Thin, small. Who knows? I found them in my drawer. It's funny how, you know, when you start moving things around or cleaning things out, goodness, man, they are sticky. The things you might find. So I thought, well, maybe I'll use these. I am going to go get those ones that Amber was talking about the other day that she got, the little square ones. Those look kind of cool. So, all right, let's see how this is going to work. This could be a total flop, but we're going to find out, aren't we? All right. So get that on there. You've never been to Canton as long as you've lived here. Wow. Yeah, we used to go all the time. I grew up, I was born in West Virginia, but my dad went to work for DFW Airport when they first opened up. So I moved down here. Well, we moved to East Texas in Athens when I was 5, and we lived there until I started 6th grade, and we moved up to Euless. So, because that's when he went to work for the airport. I've been out there several times because, you know, we'd always go back and forth with family still being in East Texas. So, yeah, we go. And, of course, got several. It's just a great day trip. And if you can, and you've got people coming in from out of town or doing things like that, it's a great 2 or 3 day trip. You know, because I don't know if it's that way still, but it used to be that all of the hotel rooms and everything around there would fill up like a year in advance. That's how busy it used to be. Like I said, I don't know if it's still that way, but it used to be that way for sure. All right, let's see here if this is going to work for us people. Where should I put her? She's just going to go right here in the middle. Look at that. Okay. So let's say and like I said, I'm going to do my little tip in there. Still got to put some stuff on it. Let's say I close my Bible up and I want to flip it, and I'm going to cut those off. And I flip it open. Will she bounce and tell us she's a light? Ding. Maybe not great, but she bounces a little. How cute is that, my friends? Huh? She's going to be a little bouncy. It works for me. I kind of like her. I'm going to put that one down. Yeah. I kind of like her. She's going to bounce for us. So that's cool. That's what I wanted. I wanted her to be bouncy and be the one in the room that everybody loves and comes to see. And that's going to be my girl. And let's cut this off because I still think I'm going to put that trim on there. Hang on a second. I got to turn the fan on in here. All right, how many of y'all, and I know some of y'all are way up north, but how many of y'all down here around Texas or this direction have turned on air conditioners? One thing I will say about this place here that the kids built is that it is a metal building, but they put that 2 layers of that, both kinds of that spray foam stuff that you see in shops and stuff. So they put that on, and then me personally, I will say, I added extra insulation, and I installed all the insulation, and in between the walls of the living part and the shop part, I put soundproof insulation, which is thicker. So this place over here stays nice and cool. Since March, girlfriend, no, I am too tight. And it's not, I don't have to pay for the electricity over here. It's just all included in the house and everything that they already do. But I just don't turn it on. I just don't. I would rather have my windows open. So, yeah. And in the summertime, in the wintertime this year, I did not turn on my heater I think, but twice, and that was during Snowmageddon or whatever you want to call it. Whenever we got iced in for 3 or 4 days, I finally turned it on a little bit. But it's so funny because I'm not a cold person. I don't like the cold weather. I would rather be at a beach with sun and sand and all that kind of stuff. But no. Okay, do y'all think? Okay, give me your opinion. What do y'all think of that? Should I do something like that? Does that kind of go with the flow? Or should I do something more along the lines of, let me find it. Oh, let's see what this is. Let's see what this one is. I think these are Tories. Or not Tories, but from Tories. Or, okay, so we have this. Or we have more of a pinky thing to go with. The pink doesn't stand out very much. This one, it's so pretty. I'm going to have to find other pages to put this on because I bought the whole thing. And what does it say? It's 2 yards. I think I'm going to go with that just because I like the boldness of it. So, that's what we're going to go with. Don't y'all agree? Of course you do. Of course you do. I knew y'all would. So, even though it is just Wednesday, anybody got big plans this weekend? I know the tea party's going on, and I haven't gotten anybody to cover for me yet. So, I will be missing that ball game and be missing, hopefully not, but could be missing the tea party. Where is my glue gun? Because I think this one's going to require the hot glue versus the other glue. Somebody asked earlier how we put ribbon and stuff on, and everybody was like, hot glue, and, which, yes, I do, but lately I've been using my regular craft glue simply because it gives me a little bit more wiggle room to move it around if I don't get it just right. You like the dark one? Me too. Yeah. Me too. So that's what we're going to go with, is the darker one. Now, I should have plugged this in earlier, but I did not, unfortunately. So, and did y'all see over there that just a while ago, I think I caught myself, oh, nope, there's one down there. I pulled a joist a while ago and threw something in the floor. Didn't mean to, but I did it. Not gonna lie. Pulled a joist. She would be proud, I think. So, these dots ain't that cool. So, just telling y'all before you waste any money on them. So, what else? Maybe I should put this back in there so I don't glue anything else to my page like that. I may glue that part, glue her down a little differently so that she pops up more this way. But I think it's kind of a cool idea to have the page pop up at you. You know what I mean? Because that's what we all want to do. We want to have that light, bright light shine every time we walk in. Well, you want to have it all the time, but especially when somebody walks in the room, and that way they can see us just a shining. All right, let's see here. Yupper. Well, oh well. Come on, glue gun. You gotta be able to reach here, girlfriend. Let's see. Hopefully, I will get in here. I've got somebody coming next week that I'm hoping. Well, let's start over here. He's going to be able to start next week and come finish up doing some electrical work in here, putting in some more plugs and things like that. Woo, so that I can move things around a little bit more. Okay, there we go. Da-da-da. Oh, would you have left the petals hanging off? Yeah, well, maybe I should have. But I am weird. It probably would have looked cuter. I have to agree with you now. You know, in hindsight, it's always 20/20. Now, whenever y'all do this, how do y'all cut, or do y'all just tape down and go? I'm going to tape down and go up. I mean, glue down and go up. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Don't do that. I think that's what we're going to do this time around. Kind of do that. Ow. That's why I bought these cool little things right here. So I don't burn my finger off. So, as y'all can tell, this is not my thing. I've just recently started doing trim. Oh, look at there, Talisha. I just may leave that one single petal on there just to give it a standout. Just because you said that. Ouch. Yeah, I saw somebody using these little things on TikTok the other day, and it was like, well, duh, I see them all the time at the dollar store and never got one. And so I got one. Well, I got a package. And it was like, yeah, that's kind of cool and handy. Oh, yeah, I'm liking this little color. So how are we going to do this one? Oh, we'll go that way. Y'all see Amber's t-shirts earlier? How she comes up with all these great ideas is beyond me. And then I tell myself, no, you have enough. You don't need any more. And what does she do? She brings out more. Every time. So, but they are too cute not to get one. So, we're going to have to do that. Oh, I love that trim. It is so pretty. So pretty. Your fingers are numb. Oh, I know I've made lots of mums in my day. That's for sure. And I could see where your fingers would be numb from doing, oh dear, don't glue it to your page. I mean, to your doodaddy. Yeah, I've made plenty of those in my time. And some big ones. But they always turn out so pretty, and the girls are always so appreciative of them. Well, I shouldn't say always. Most of them are. Most of the girls are. So, all right. That didn't turn out too bad. I got it kind of wet there. Hang on. Oh, paper towel. Paper towel. I slung water, so I got it a little bit wet. So, see, they're trying to rain on my parade. But nope, we're not going to let them. Not today. Not today. So, like I said, I got to fix her a little bit so that she'll kind of stand up more versus flip backwards on her head. Maybe, hey, maybe she needs to be flipping on her head. Flipping on her head and really getting that attention. Oh, goodness. So, there is that. There is that. And, well, see, Talisha, even if I'd have left them on there, because you can see that one. I don't know if you can see that one. That one's poking out a little bit. You wouldn't have been able to see them anyway. Not with the trim that I have on there. So, I may have to go back and try to find me some more of that trim. That's actually kind of pretty. If I can find enough of it. That's the one thing you can throw in some favorite things kind of deal. You know what I mean? So, there we are, ladies. I am going to reflect his light because I was made to shine. For sure. And where is... Oh, they're up there. Let's see. Where is my... Oh, sorry. I need to find my... Is that the pencil I'm looking for? That one will work. Okay. So, what is today? My watch is in there charging. Today is the 14th, I think. 4/14/26. My life. Shine bright. All right. And then, like I said, I think what I'm going to do is print it on, I've got vellum paper. I think that's what it's called, vellum paper. I think I'm going to print it on that so it's see-through and kind of shorten it up a little bit and put these two poems and do a tip in or a tip out. So I'm going to do a tip out on it so I can kind of glue it down on this side and add that just kind of as a layer over the top because I thought they were kind of cool poems. Yes, it is tax day and ours are done, and we slipped by another year and didn't have to pay anything. We didn't get anything back this year. I think, well, I'll take that back. I think we got like $120 or something minimal, which is still, thank you, Lord. But we didn't have to pay. So that's always a good thing, considering that we shut down a business last year. So, yeah, I was thrilled with that because I thought we might have to pay quite a bit. So, well, thank you very much, Miss Talisha. I appreciate it. Thank you, Miss Karen. I appreciate it. It's, like I said, I'm going to fix her a little bit. But, hey, for an experiment, she turned out pretty good, didn't she? And there you go, ladies, is my page. I'm encouraging you to shine bright. Have the faith, show that faith publicly, get out there in the public and do those random acts of kindness, show compassion, tell people about Jesus, find any excuse that you can to talk about him, and just bring him out into the world. I have started doing and nobody, I don't think, I've never gone to look, but I'm pretty sure because nobody knows about it. Nobody even watches them, but I felt led, compelled, pushed, whatever word you want to use, to, yes ma'am, I will, Mary Lee. I've started doing a YouTube channel where I read a verse of the Bible every day and post it on there. And it's for me. It's for me, myself, in my quiet time, my personal space between me and God every morning to get my day started on the right foot kind of thing. You know, you start out talking to him, praying to him, getting in his word, and your day goes a little bit better throughout the day. But anyway, so I've kind of stretched myself, but that's one of the things that I'm kind of hoping that some of that light will shine forth and shine through. In doing that somebody somewhere that way down the line, you know, whether it be yesterday, today, or 6 months or a year from now, somebody will come across one of those and listen to it and actually it sink in and them hear what God's telling them. So that's why that's one of the reasons why I felt like I needed to do it. It's a healing thing for me. So if y'all know my story, we had a son pass away. So it's healing for me to do that and to start my day off that way. So that's one way that I'm shining my light, getting it out there, trying to do those kind of things. So that's our page for tonight, ladies. I hopefully, like I said, it didn't cause too much of a problem since I had to come on a little bit late. But again, it is springtime and it is spring ball at my house. So we do what we can do. Yes, now, like I said, I will post those. So I'm going to close this out in prayer, and I don't know what I need to cut out my dill pickles. That's it. They're laying over there on the other side of my desk. So I'm going to make a shaker pocket, as much as I detest shaker pockets. Well, I don't know. I don't know that I detest those as much as I really don't like gilding flakes. Is that what they're called? That Danielle absolutely loves. But seeing the way she does them, I'm kind of leaning that direction because it was always such a mess before when I first got them and tried them, and it did not work for me. But the way she does them isn't so bad. So maybe she'll win me over. So anyway, there we go. So, close us out in prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you so much for allowing all of us the time to come together, to be in your word, to share a little bit of each of ourselves with each other, and create a page to honor you, and to talk about how we can go forth and shine our light and have that faith, that public faith, hoping that someone will see it and someone will say to themselves, whatever that is, I want some of that, and reach out and get that light. Find out how to get that light within themselves, Lord. That's all that we ask. We are here to plant those seeds. I may plant a seed, someone else may water the seed, and you can bring them on into heaven, and that's what we are here for. That's what we want to do. That is our goal in life. So, Lord, thank you for letting all of our light shine. Thank you for allowing these ladies allowing me to spend a little bit of time with them in the evening. Thanks for bringing us together. Thanks for everything that you do, for holding us tight, and for loving us through everything that we do and we don't do and we do wrong. I hope and pray that everyone has a blessed day tomorrow, has a blessed rest of their week, and a great weekend. And I will see you guys next week. It's in Jesus' name I pray. Amen. You made 2 shakers? Oh. Yeah, that's right, because you did a 2-page spread, didn't you? Yeah, no. I'm not quite there yet. I've done a 2-page, but I'm not a 2-page shaker person. No. So, all right, my friends. Oh, my goodness. I am just making a big old Joyce mess here. And I'm too OCD for that. So, there's my page for tonight. I hope that you ladies enjoyed it. At least, if nothing else, maybe you got a little bit of something. If nothing, the poem. They were really kind of cool. So, I will put those in the comments so that if you want, you can have those and you can print them out or do, spread those out however you wish to. That's what we're going to do. Well, boy, I just got water everywhere. Anyway, all right, I'm rambling now. So I will say good night, ladies. I hope y'all have a wonderful night. Everyone get a good rest. And I'll see y'all next week during party week, okay? Have a good one, ladies. So long and ciao and bye and all the good stuff. And know that I love you all. All right.